welcome to Step by Step. In this video I'm going to set up a 60 litre classic biOrb with an MCR sort of lighting on it, and I did do a video about it was roughly about a year ago now, where I set up a 30 litre, and I think I did that over 2 videos, so I'm just going to do this this video as a single video, a shorter time duration. So I'm not really one. I don't really like unboxing videos. I think they're so YouTube, and I'm not going to follow the trend of unboxing. So I'm going to take these out, and then I'm going to. You can join me when it's all out of the box. Okay, hopefully that saves the agony of an unboxing scenario. So this is what a 60 litre looks like. If you haven't seen one of these before, now you know what they look like. So they are quite a big size aquarium. You know, 60 litres is a good size. It is going to weigh over 60 kilos when it's got water in it as well, so it's quite heavy. I have got a stand for it, but it looks like that. So that's a biOrb stand, which I will eventually put the aquarium on that stand. So unfortunately you have to buy those separate as a separate thing, and they come flat packed. You've got to try and work out, because they're full of the typical instructions from biOrb. There aren't any, so you have to try and work out how to put this together without instructions, and it just, as I said, it comes in a flat pack. So what do you get in a box? Well, you get an air pump, which connects onto the air pipe, the air line, which is here. You have this one-way valve which stops water coming back down from the aquarium and into the to the pump. So that's what that is, if you wonder what it was. You have, in this case, the remote. So this is an MCR, so you've got all the colour options. You do get sort of batteries with it as well, which I suppose I should be thankful for that. You get a biological booster and water conditioner, sachet of each. I just don't use them. So if you've watched my channel before, you know I have my own way of doing things. So I won't be using that. I won't be looking at the leaflet. I won't be reading an instruction that really doesn't tell me anything. And another one that is just full of things. So that's good. That saves some hassle. So you get a filter system which will go into the main sort of filtration system. So you get only one of those. You get a power supply. So let's get some of this stuff out. So you have a power supply. So basically you plug your electrics into this power supply. It has different options for your mains depending on what country you have, but it also allows 2 electrical sort of points as well. So the pump, the air pump, which is a biOrb air pump, which is quite big actually compared to my other ones. For my 30 litre tanks, of which I have 3, so this is my 4th aquarium, and I'm not going to go any. This is the last aquarium, I think, he says. So yeah, so you get what looks. Be interesting to see how good this is actually. So that's the air pump that comes with this 60 litre classic. So let's get rid of some of this stuff. Get rid of this stuff, and you get ceramic media, which is the material that needs to go at the bottom of the aquarium and is absolutely vital for setting up the aquarium and the bacteria that you need. So you get a 1 kilo of ceramic media across 2 bags. Why they can't put it in 1 bag, I don't know. When I look at this, this bag from biOrb is full of tiny bits of ceramic media, and I don't know, it's almost like I've got the late Friday sort of packaging of this material, because that to me there's just too much small stuff in here. But anyway, that's what I've got, so that's what I'm going to use. So I'm going to get rid of some of that small stuff because it is just too small, to be honest. So I'm going to go through the very basic steps of what you need to do, really just to set this up and get it full of water and get it ready for fish. So the first thing I need to do is to sort out the ceramic media. So I'm going to have a bit of a tidy up first, move all this stuff out of the way. Now, it is essential that you remove as much of the dust, and there is a lot of dust in this stuff, from these bags. You don't really want this dust going into here. If you get that wrong, your aquarium will go really cloudy, and that is because you haven't cleaned it thoroughly enough. Yeah. House fills with dust. I don't know why they can't sieve it properly, but there you go. Another bag. So that's a kilo. Now, a kilo of ceramic media is about right for this size aquarium. Now, 1 kilo provides around about 290 square meters of surface area for bacteria. Now that is a massive surface area. That is the equivalent of the floor space on a good 4-bedroom house. So this 1 kilo provides enough floor space, we'll call it, for the bacteria to live on. As I mentioned before, it is made of ceramic material and it's oven baked and a range of things, but the whole surface is covered with small pores and holes and things like that. And it's because of that I'm going to suggest a slightly different way to what I did previously on how to prepare this. To get a biOrb going, I'm going to suggest these items here are what you need, really. So I've got 2 5-litre water bottles, empty ones. So they're really good. I use them all the time. If you see my videos, you know I do. I'm going to suggest a way of filling the aquarium using a vacuum. Now, these are quite an important thing. The reason I'm saying this because I think if you want to own a biOrb, I think you've got to own one of these as well. These are very cheap, but I'll show you how I'm going to use it to set one up, set the aquarium up. You will need a dechlorinator. So if you watch my videos, you know I always use Aquasafe. You're not going to need it at this stage, but I also use a product called Chlorine by ATM, which I use for cycling my aquariums. I've had lots of success with this product, so I fully understand how it works and what to do when it doesn't work very well. So I will be using this, but I won't be using ATM Chlorine in this video. I'm going to suggest that you use a thermometer. This is a sort of an aquarium thermometer. I absolutely love these. They've got the most stupid name, which I think is Poppet Pop. I can barely say, but I think that's what it's called, Poppet Pop. And they have a really nice long wire that you can drop into the aquarium, and they do give accurate results as well. So you'll need a thermometer, an aquarium thermometer, and if you're going to have a heated aquarium, you're going to need a heater as well to get it started. And I think you need 2 buckets as well, particularly for dealing and rinsing the ceramic media. So I have a bucket of tap water, freshly drawn tap water. There's 10 litres in here. As I said before, 2.5 ml per 5 litres. So I need 5. So that's 2.5. There you go. Okay. So that's the dechlorinator. That will remove the chlorine or deal with the chlorine that's in the tap water. Now, in the video I did a year ago, what I did initially was I got the ceramic media and removed it from the bags, and I rinsed it under tap water, which is what the guidance is from biOrb, to rinse the ceramic media, and then biOrb then sort of then put it straight into your aquarium, which to me you're adding from day one some chlorine into your straight into your aquarium. So what I'm trying to do in this video is actually avoid any inputs of chlorine to the ceramic media. So I have 2 buckets, but it's useful to have a colander, steel one out the kitchen, if necessary, just to get rid of the fine stuff. And there is a lot. You will get a lot out of that. Really give it a good shake to remove the vast majority. And you can see how much small stuff is coming out. So that I've got rid of most of the dust. And if you can see that, it's quite a bit. Like that. And there's still a lot of small particles, but you'll see how much the water is sort of as clouded, and that is the dust. That's the dust that's on that ceramic media. I'm just going to give it a really good stir. Hope you can hear me over this gravel. I'm going to give it a really good stir, get all that dust into suspension within the water. Okay, so here's my second bucket. I'm just going to add some dechlorinator to it. Once you've done your initial soak, like this, I'm going to transfer by hand all this across into this other bucket. So I'm grabbing a handful and then I'm dipping that handful up and down in the water and then taking it out and then transferring it over. And you can already see how better that water is looking. And if necessary, do another bucket full and do the same thing all over again. So this is my second bucket. I'm going to give it a stir, and there is still a bit of sort of coloration. So I'm going to do a third bucket to transfer this material across. So I'll do that now. Okay, so another bucket of 10 litres of water with a dechlorinator, the Aquasafe, added at the right amount. And I'm just going to, again, do the same thing, transfer this now from here, give it a rinse, transfer that into there. So this is already starting to look a lot better. Again, what I'm doing here is I'm trying to just pick the larger material out of this here, what's left. I'm not going to bother using the really fine stuff because it just does mess up with the filtration system on the biOrb. All those small pieces can get stuck underneath. I mean, it's not overly problematic, but if you can avoid it at this stage, well then avoid it at this stage is what I'm saying, because you're gonna, with the new aquarium, you're gonna live with this product, and it is absolutely essential. It and the bacteria that you create are essential for having an aquarium. You've got to get this and the bacteria right if you want an aquarium. It's as simple as that. And you will live with this product for, if you look after it, well over a year and more, maybe a couple of years. This product is going to look after you and your aquarium. So look after it in the first place, and then it'll pay you back. So that's my suggestion. Okay, so that now is looking far better. So that is reasonably clean as far as I'm concerned. Because the last stage is to do, if you like, the same thing again. Pick up, soak it a few times, and then put it into your aquarium. So you go through a different means of sort of filtering out the fine material. That's all you do. And this doing this is probably the most difficult bit of setting up an aquarium. Setting up an aquarium is just so easy. It really is so easy. Okay, so to me that is good to go. So that's nearly 3 buckets of rinsing. But as I said, you might not need 3 buckets. If you're unfortunate and got a bag or bags as bad as the ones I just got and dealt with, well, okay. And if necessary, use a 4th bucket. Just keep going until it's clear. Okay, so going back to the aquarium again. Now, this is the lighting system of the lid. So it has that sort of dual function. You'll see the LEDs are all inside there. There's a cable that comes off here that'll plug into your main supply. So that's that. I'm going to take this out. It unscrews. This is the bubble tube. That's where all the bubbles go up from for the aeration. The white thing that's in there, which is an air stone, is already in there. So that just pushes in. I've got nothing to do. That's already in there. So the only thing I need to add is this here. So all you need to do with the filter system, which has got like a screw fitting on there and also on the bottom, is you get your bubble tube, push that into there, and then you lock that in position. You know it's locked because it just is like that. And once that's in position, you can just simply put that into your biOrb, do the same thing again, turn it in this case clockwise, and that's it. Easy peasy. So I suppose this is in a way this is the final rinse of material, the ceramic material before you put it into the oil. And all you need to do is just put this stuff at the bottom of the aquarium. Okay, so that's what that looks like. You can see all the ceramic medias at the bottom, distributed all around the central sort of filter system. So it looks like this. So there you go. Right, so that's all that sorted out. Then there's the other stuff, which you're probably going to be wanting to add in at this stage anyway. So again, I've got 10 litres of water. I'm not going to rinse it under the tap, which is the guidance from biOrb. Again, to keep away chlorine and chloramine. So let's just get rid of this. Come on. I'm running out of this. I've got another bowl. So there you go. So that I'm not going to put these are not going to go in at this stage. They will go in once I've started to fill it up. So I'm just going to give all this plastic stuff a soak. So get it all out the packaging. You'll spend an absolute fortune on this stuff. Amazon absolutely love me, I think, because of the cost of all this stuff. But anyway, so these are what I'm proposing to put into this tank, and I'm just going to leave all this plastic stuff to soak. There might be too much here. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what it looks like. I'm sure people spend a lot of time trying to work out what they should get in terms of decoration, what plants they should get. Yeah, I go there myself sometimes. If you're not sure, if you really don't know what to add to your aquarium, a really good idea is to go online and look at the biOrb catalogue. There's 2, I think, online, and biOrb spend a hell of a lot of money with designers who do all their glossy sort of print work and sort of photos. So if you want some ideas of if you really do have no idea of what to add to your aquarium, have a look at one of the biOrb catalogues and have a look at your aquarium and see how they dress it up, if you like, because that might be a good sort of steer for what you need to do. But, so that I'm just going to leave that alone. So the next thing I need to do is put water into here. This is how I'm gonna fill this. Now, what you might do, and what I did in that video a year ago, I literally poured the water into the aquarium, which is quite a large drop on a 60 litre to do that. So I'm gonna take a sort of a gentler approach to adding the water that I need into here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use the vacuum to gently put water, treated water from here into that aquarium and fill it up. But to do that, I need to fill these up with water. Now, if you're going to have a heated tank, and you will need to put the heater on after you've sort of prepped the aquarium, I think it's much better to move this out of the way. I think it's much better to put sort of heated water into the aquarium, so that you're not forcing your heater to raise the temperature of your tap water, which mine at the moment is about between 13 to 14 degrees. So my suggestion is that you put into your aquarium water around about 25, 26 degrees and get that in there, so that when you do switch on your heater, the heater's got very little to do from day one. So that's what I'm going to do next. So it's just a matter of using a vac in reverse to doing a water change, if that makes sense. And that should gently, and it is, slowly fill. Now you should be able to keep ahead of this in terms of your water filling up your water bottles. But if you've got a second person to help you, which I haven't, if you've got a second person to help you, then I think that's the way to go. You just need someone running backwards and forwards filling up bottles, because 60 litres is a lot of water. So anyway, that's gently filling that aquarium up, nice and slowly, which is sort of really what I'm looking for. All I'm doing is just topping this up, keeping this topped up. And that water in there is crystal clear. That's exactly what you need to have. Very crystal clear looking water. No dust. I'm just about at the point, I think I've reached it, where the top of the water is higher than the top of the bubble tube, which is good. Yeah, it has. It's completely filled. Now that hasn't taken a great deal of time. It certainly is a good way to make sure that you don't disturb the material at the bottom, etc. You can also use this method for topping up after you've done a water change, because it's arguably a lot less stressful on the fish if you use a vac to put the water back in. Now, I did mention there is an alternative way to fill it up sort of quicker, I'll stop doing it this way now. So the other method's very straightforward, and basically you put a colander or something that'll fit on the top of here, and then you can slowly just pour your water in. As I said, the colander does help to break the fall of the water. Okay, so I think we've reached a point now where I would probably have a tendency to start to put the plants and check the other things as well. So I mean, we're near to the top. So these things that have been soaking are all nice and warm. All these things can now sort of go in. So that's that one. I'm just going to dump these in at this moment. I'm just going to be roughly where I sort of want them. There you go. I think I'm almost there. So the last thing I need to do is to plug in the electric. So I need to plug in my air pump. I'm using a 3-pin British plug system. Both the lights, the lighting and the air pump will go into the same, which is really good because that means you need one. The only last thing is the heater. So get my heater, where did I put it? Right, so everything's plugged in. Tank's full. Batteries are in my remote control. And this is the moment of truth, I suppose. I'm going to have to go and switch on the mains. And hopefully it's all going to work. Because it's a lot of effort to get to this stage to find out it's not. Anyway, so there you go. The air's running smooth through. I'm quite impressed by that biOrb pump. It is very, very quiet compared to some of their other versions. So the air pump's working. I've got my heater's in there as well. That's got this little light on. It's just warming a bit at the moment, but it won't have a lot of heating to do because I've already warmed the water for it to make life easier. And then the last thing to do is put the lighting on. There. These remotes, if you've got more than one aquarium in the same place, it affects all of them. So anyway, so there you go. Yeah, so hopefully that's better. Yeah, so that's it is a very straightforward thing to do. I think if you use my new way of doing it, I think you'll find that a better way of doing it. Make sure your ceramic meter is as clean as you can possibly get it before you put it into the aquarium and then fill it back up. So yeah, so this is all working fine. Now I always recommend that you don't do anything. You just leave the aquarium alone. Just let it run for several days or more, and just check everything's all working fine, and particularly the temperature as well. So you want to make sure that your heater, if it's a new heater as well, is heating the water to the right temperature for your fish that you plan to get, and that's probably going to be between sort of 24-25 degrees. So you want to make sure that it's doing that before you put a fish anywhere near this. So yeah, don't rush it. I know it's so, but at least you've got all this, and hopefully it looks quite nice. It's my design. Sorry, but hopefully this will keep you going in terms of its appearance for for that sort of few days, maybe a week, up to a week or so before you get your fish. So use this time to think about exactly what fish you're going to get and to organise all that. But don't rush into putting the fish in. Just let the aquarium run for a while and just settle itself down, and then you're good to go. Okay, so that's the end of this video. I hope you found it useful. I hope you found it interesting. I'm sure there's a lot of people who watch this already have a fully cycled tank, so if you haven't seen a 60 litre, you know what 60 litre looks like now. And traditional sort of biOrb styly. So yeah, I decided to go traditional on this aquarium and go for the original sort of orb shape aquarium, but with the MCR lighting as well. So that's that for this video. The next video about this aquarium is going to be about fish choice and adding those fish and starting at the same time the cycling. So I'm going to have to leave you guessing, because the question is, what fish choice am I going to add to this aquarium? I'm going to do a theme of fish for this aquarium, and I'm not going to tell you until the next video. So I'll leave you guessing what that is. But and in terms of adding the fish, I'm not going to go 100% on in terms of the max, the population it can hold. I'm probably going to go for maybe 2/3 of the sort of fish population and cycle on the basis of those fish. And then once that tank is cycled, or this tank is cycled, I will top up the numbers and get the number to where I want it to be. So okay, thanks for watching. Make sure you do give this video a thumbs up. Not enough thumbs up on this channel going on, please. No, So please give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you on the next video. Right, take care. Bye.